Wait, you shot down the Zero?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we're recording. Oh, hey, Brickmaniacs, welcome back to another episode of Brickmania TV. Hey Brickmaniacs, today on Brickmania TV we have our all-new F-14 Tomcat designed by Cody and Lando. How cool is this thing, Cody? How excited are you to have finally made this beast?
Well, I'm excited.
Pretty excited?
I'm glad it's done too. Yeah. I mean, it was a lot of work.
Well, I mean, clearly.
The instructions are pretty intuitive.
Yeah?
There's a lot of work making those instructions because it's not just instructions, there's alternate instructions in the instructions. So that was a lot of work.
Yeah. The F-14, I mean, what do you want to go over, at least in terms of the, which version? This is the Jolly Rogers version.
Yep.
Right? Maybe go into that a little bit.
Okay, so, you want to know some history?
How about some history, Cody? Okay.
So this is the Grumman F-14 Tomcat. I almost said Top Cat.
Oh.
Oops, I can't say top.
I think you can.
Grumman F-14 Tomcat. I didn't specify which variant of it. There's A, B, C, D. You could say it's the A or the B. Really, the things that changed weren't visual on the plane, mostly just avionics and engine upgrades over time. The D model being the last variant before it was retired in 2006. So this was developed during the 70s after the Vietnam War to be one of the replacements for the Phantom. Because they had the F-15, which was Air Force's replacement for the Phantom, and then you had the F-14, which is the Navy's replacement for the Phantom, carrier-based. So it's actually really close to the same size as the F-15 Strike Eagle. But of course, in looks, they really don't look all too similar.
Sure.
But they are twin-engine, large jets, air superiority fighters. I think on the box we call this Air Superiority Interceptor. I think that's what we call it. Multi-role fighter. It's one of those jets where it's got so many
does a lot of things.
Subtitles that it just does everything. Variable swept wing aircraft.
Variable, and you'll show that off in a little bit. So
I'll show that off. Yeah.
Hold tight.
So its top speed was over Mach 2.
Over.
Pretty fast.
It's real freaking fast, man.
Yep. It's tough. It can carry a heck of a load. A lot of bombs, a lot of missiles. One of the more prominent missiles it would carry is the Phoenix missile. Huge suckers. They're actually on the plane right now. That's an add-on pack. We'll get into that.
There's a lot. This is a big episode, man. There's a lot to get into.
There's a lot to get into. So we've done the Jolly Rogers.
Yep. As you can see in the stickers in the back of the wing.
Paint job. We've done their color scheme. Originally, I was just going to do all gray, and that just looked a little boring. So Dan figured, you know what? Dan said if I was going to buy one, I would buy one that looked like this.
Yeah.
I said, perfect. I like a little flare of color. You know, it makes everything pop a little bit more. So that's why we chose that.
Super iconic color scheme for this.
Yep, it is very iconic, and it's very popular in Hollywood too. There have been a few movies and TV spots of the Tomcat, and the Jolly Rogers were one of them that had a few TV spots and a spot in the movies.
Very cool, very cool.
So yeah, they've been around for a long time. Cool.
Maybe some notable engagements or different fields of campaigns that they have participated in.
Yeah, its last operation was Iraqi Freedom, and that was when it was retired in 2006. Its last flight was in 2006, and it was, of course, replaced by the F-18 Super Hornet. It was also used in Desert Storm. And there's just a couple.
That's just a couple. That's just a few. Okay, cool. Very cool. Maybe you want to go over some. Where do you want to start on the kit? Where would you like to start?
Do you want to start with the coolest stuff, or like
Let's do
some
one
other
cool
stuff
thing,
that's not
and then some other supporting details, and then finish off with something, I don't know.
Okay.
Wherever makes sense, man.
All right. Well, let's start off small. We'll start off small. We have a speed brake in the back.
Ooh.
Lift right up. It's unclipped. Now we're clipped.
There we go. Oof. Field repair. Could have been bad.
Yeah. So we got one there, and we have.
So that's for slowing down on runways.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And We have elevators,
Ooh.
up and down. Nothing new there, you've seen that before.
Old stuff.
Old stuff. We have an arrestor hook.
Arrestor hook.
Catch that cable as they land on the carrier. Yep. One of, I think, 3 cables. And we got a couple missiles.
Oh yeah.
So it comes with, the kit includes 2 Sidewinders and 2 Sparrows on the hard points under the gloves.
Right. But as you can see, there's some additions on this version.
There are some additions on that. So we do have one of 2 add-on packs.
There are 2 add-on packs for this.
We're going to show one in this video, one in a separate video.
Yep.
So the add-on pack first that is mounted on the plane is the Phoenix missile add-on pack, the AIM-54 Phoenix.
Let me show those off.
Missiles.
Your little deli cup here. So
parts counter cup. So it comes with the missile and the fairing to attach it to the airplane.
Mm-hmm. So this wouldn't be on every single F-15. Sorry,
not necessarily.
F-14.
F-14. No, not necessarily. You do see the fairings quite commonly, because I still use the fairings to mount other munitions, not just the Phoenix missile.
Sure.
You can also load bombs on there.
Okay.
And they just serve as a hard point that is more aerodynamic, really.
Right.
I think there could be up to 10 hard points on this jet.
Wow.
So it can carry a heck of a lot. And it can carry up to 6
of
those Phoenix missiles. However, that wasn't all too common because
it would break the plane.
Yeah, it just put a lot of stress on the airframe.
Yeah.
But it's a long-range missile. You can take out an enemy target from miles away. And
how many times have we done that, Cody?
I don't know.
You were saying that they had fired it a handful of times. Was that you? You were telling me about that.
I don't know who that was.
Okay.
I don't think it was me.
Maybe it was someone. Maybe it was Slam.
Maybe it was Slam.
But apparently, I don't think we've made a kill with it.
No.
I think other countries have.
It's probably shot down some Phantoms in practice,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Anyways, total side note.
Yeah.
You can correct me if I'm wrong on that.
It was a Cold War
Yeah.
development.
But we've had, there's been some, I think, recent combat that the missile was used in.
So this wasn't just used by the United States, but it was retired by the United States in 2006. I believe it's still in service in other countries. So as I had mentioned earlier in the video, the instructions are pretty in-depth. So when you open up your instructions, I made a note in there with a separate parts list that said you can make an all-gray version of it. It doesn't include the pieces to do so. You'd have to buy the pieces or use your own. If you wanted to make an all-gray version of it to coincide with another add-on pack, the Hollywood add-on pack.
A Hollywood add-on pack. So.
Then the Hollywood add-on pack includes a separate sticker sheet for another Hollywood famous jet.
Yes, and some minifigures to coincide with that. So another video on that another time.
So even if you don't have the pieces required to make an all-gray version of it, because it's an inline build in the instructions, there's an alternate building throughout, but even if you don't have the pieces and you still want to build it, you can build it like this, and it's a pretty simple change to make it all gray after the fact, after you've already built it. So,
cool.
That's that.
You want to put it on the stand, show off the landing gears?
Yep, so we have some landing gears, and we have a pretty strong landing gears. You can see you can go back and forth, spin it all around.
Snake the bogey.
You can snake that bogey all day. It doesn't collapse. That's one of the main functions I wanted to have is, let's have a strong landing gear for this sucker.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always the goal, but it's always kind of hit or miss.
Sure.
When you have to have landing gear that functions and retracts into the aircraft. So my main focus was I want it to be playable.
Cool.
That being said, I'll demonstrate how the landing gear folds up into the aircraft, because this jet does
You're picking
include
that
a
thing
stand.
up by the back of the airplane. That's just a side note. That's a pretty dang sturdy build right there.
If your hands are strong enough, the plane is strong enough to support itself.
If your hands are strong
enough to hold up the aircraft. Yeah, it's a big plane.
Cool.
It's heavy. Yeah, so I'll go into this. So there's a support on the back of the front landing gear here. That you just kind of...
That unclips right there?
Yeah, you just kind of wiggle it out.
You can do it. Okay, there you go. All right, so that little robot claw.
Yep.
Right? No, what is that? That's
It's a hose, or a...
Not a robot claw.
hose thingy.
Hose thingy, that's the official
Oh, oops, I forgot
Brickling
this.
term. Yeah.
There are instructions on how to do landing gear retraction.
So that gets removed.
You unclip that, and where am I? Where am I?
So you're building this backwards, so that's a little bit confusing.
There we go. And that folds up like that.
There we go.
Close the doors around it. And so this is where I really had a hard time with the back landing gear, is the fact that in all aircraft there is considerable compression, especially with this aircraft. I found it to be about 3 bricks of compression
Yeah.
versus when landing gear is being retracted as to when it's compressed and sitting on the tarmac. So
I mean, obviously you have the weight of an airplane on top of the suspension there. So, but this you're just working with Lego. So.
right. So I want it to be strong so you could sit on its landing gear and drive it around. So typically something we do is we pull the wheel off and face it forward like this. So that's kind of how it's supposed to retract. And there are landing gear doors here also. You may have a hard time getting it in with the hard points on, so I just pop them off.
Pop.
It's just easier to get your hand in there. It does work without, but.
So that stows there.
Mm-hmm.
And that retracts right there.
And then put this back on.
And then you close the door.
Close the gear door around
Same
it.
thing on the other side.
Yep. So it's point A to point B. It's enclosed.
Right. Let's quick do this one. A little mini time lapse.
Mini time lapse. Go. And scene.
End scene.
All right. So this resembles the stand that we had sold on the side. But it's not on the side. I put it in the kit. Reason being, it needed to be much reinforced to support the weight of this jet with how far back it is, because of how the wings move, which I'll show you later.
Get into it.
There's a lot of mechanisms inside there, and I had to have the stand much farther back than I would have liked, and also to include the missiles on there. So it's just got a huge chunk in front of it that's much reinforced to support the weight of the jet.
It just clips in right there.
Clips in.
Some technicals, and it stands. Very cool. That is a nice display of this model.
Yeah, it's always fun seeing it up in the air, and you can see the missiles with the landing gear retract.
Very cool.
Fun times.
I suspect this is probably how a lot of people are going to have this on display.
That's how I would.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of detail you miss
Right.
with it sitting low.
Right. And it just looks cool.
Yeah.
All right, you want to show? Okay.
I do.
Let's show off the.
At the camera?
Say what?
Should I aim it at the camera?
What do you think, camera guy? What do you think? Aim at the camera. Okay. We busted out the third angle. Here we go.
So I have a little gear in the back here that you can twist. And then your wings extend.
What?
The variable sweeping wings. The most iconic feature of the jet, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they extend out like this, and then you have flaps for landing and taking off. Or refueling, mid-air refueling. They'll have these extended also.
Just a bit more stability and slower speeds.
It slows you down, yeah.
Okay.
For slower speeds. So
Yes.
that's that.
Yeah, that's one of the most iconic features I think of the F-14. It's just, that's super awesome. So depending on the day of the week, you can, whatever, if you're having this on your desk, you can
Yeah.
come in for landing.
Yeah, it's a fun play feature. It's strong. It holds its own.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this thing is dang sturdy. You can't pick it up by the wings, but I mean.
No, you definitely can't pick it up by the wings.
What more do you want? Okay. He tried.
Yeah. So I did develop a different canopy design.
Yeah.
If you guys had or have seen the F-15 that I built a while ago, it was a little hard to get around the canopy. So I just took the original front of that canopy and used the same piece right behind it,
Sure.
and then found a way to bend it at an angle so it looks like it's more curved. And I think it worked out.
Yeah.
I think it worked out
Absolutely.
pretty well. So then you can open the canopy, and it's much smaller look to it than
Sure.
how chunky the F-15 was. Cool cockpit details. There's printing on the seat backs. Lando, I'll hand you a fig.
Sure. We can go over that in a minute.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'll hand you both. Well, I'll keep that guy in there.
Okay.
So we have printed seat backs.
Nice little ejection seats, the handles above the head that you pull down on that.
So Slam did the artwork for these. We did, I think, all of the artwork.
All the sticker artwork.
All the sticker artwork also, and the printing artwork.
And he did the artwork on the helmets. I got him roped into that too.
So there's some display panels, one for the pilot, and then one for the Rio, or the Gib.
The Gib.
Gib, the guy in back. He's got one too. He's got a display panel. And another printing is for the 120 millimeter Vulcan Gatling gun.
Just a small print right there.
Just a small print right there, just to show the recessed portion of the gun barrel sticking out.
Very cool.
That's all that printing. And then, yeah, stickers on the canopy.
Yeah. Yeah, that canopy slopes really, really well back into the airplane, and even just with the intakes right there, you know, get a head-on view of that.
Yeah,
That
the
just-
intakes, I was able to get those.
So this is, I thought this was a cool note when I was watching you build this. So this plane right here, this is just straight studs up, but actually it merges really like seamlessly into this angle.
Yeah, yeah, it's really subtle when you look at the real plane, but yeah, it is there.
So I thought that was one of my favorite features on this actually. So it integrates nicely with the canopy. I can talk about figures if you would like.
Thanks, man.
How about
Yeah,
that?
I would like that.
Cool. Very amazing, awesome model. So.
Thanks, man.
Yes, the figures you've seen. This is some updated artwork from previously. This is on a sand green flight suit. I guess in real life they had probably a common era somewhere in between olive and sand green.
It's not really Lego olive. It's more like your shirt there, huh? You're
Somewhere.
not quite that green.
Yeah.
It's a different shade of
It's a
green.
slightly different shade. Yeah, it's yes. So sand green I think was the closest approximation. On the compression, the G suit, so it's like the pants and this little like waistband thing. That's actually color tinted. I did that with printing. It's a little bit more of a yellowish hue to it. And then on the survival vest, there's a bit more of a blue hue to it. So I'm actually just sort of playing around with color mixing.
Giving away secrets.
Whatever.
Just kidding.
Best in the biz. And there's that cool flashlight. Yeah.
What about?
And then, of course, yes, of course, I'll get to it.
Okay.
So there's the helmet. So again, we have the face mask with the oxygen. This is a texture printing on that oxygen face mask. We've seen that before. But the coolest thing I think of this would be this all new helmet. We have
HGU 33.
HGU.
That's what it's based on.
33/P, is it? I don't know. HGU 33. So this is designed and printed in-house. So Amanda, MN Art Girl on Instagram, designed the 3D model for this helmet, which is just a beautiful sculpt of this. I think it really captures it better than anything else out there that I've seen for Lego.
Oh yeah. We've been waiting for years to get some
to
helmets.
get a helmet. So we finally got to the point where we had the technology and the skill to do it. So this is printed. This is 3D printed. We have a fancy schmancy 3D printer in house. That camera guy is actually a bit of a print wizard. So he was able to print this helmet just right in house in a few different colors actually, and then slammed the artwork for that. So this is really quite a team effort here.
Yeah, it's very involved.
Yeah.
Even the add-on packs
Yeah.
that you'll see in the other video. Maybe put a link in there to that other video. That was very involved also.
Oh yeah. There's many moving parts to all this, so it's cool that we're able to put something like this together. Because a few years ago, I don't think anything like this would have been possible. So
no,
that's awesome to see.
Every department went all out to make this thing work. So.
Yes. Very cool. Yeah, this is available right now. It's going to go fast.
Maybe it's available right now.
Maybe it's available. It might be sold out. Sorry. Yeah. Anything else you want to show off, or maybe let's let's bring this airplane up to speed. How about?
Bring it up to speed?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Get going. Retract those wings.
Okay. Put the flaps up.
Let's go Mach 2. How about? Oh no.
So sticky hinges, you know?
Some sticky hinges.
Sometimes you get a sticky hinge. I gotta stop building with jelly on my hands.
What? The secret is the. Here we go.
Permission to buzz the tower. Goose. Goose. Flat spin. Flat spin.
That's an excellent flat spin you got going on there.
That's another feature of the kit.
It does
the
flat spin. You gotta get a turntable on this stand next time.
Just gonna let them make it.
Okay. With that, right? I think that's it. I think that's the episode.
I think so.
I think so. I think we covered everything. Very cool kit. Nice job, Cody.
Thank you.
With that, that's the episode. For more information, please check out brickmania.com.
Ring the bell.
Please ring the bell.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
And do that as well.
Every time a bell rings, Lando gets his wings.
And then I lose them. Is it like a toggle switch?